It was the morning of May 25, 1979. It was a typical school morning, as 6-year-old Etan Patz got ready for his day at school. He put on his black Eastern Airlines cap, blue jeans and blue sneakers with fluorescent lights. He packed his bag, a cute elephant-covered tote bag with some of his favorite toy cars and $1 for a soda. Etan's mom, Julie Patz, never allowed him to walk to the bus by himself. But that morning he had managed to convince her to allow him to walk by himself. Just 2 blocks to the bus at West Broadway and Prince Street. Etan left his apartment on Prince Street, but sadly never got on the bus. When school started, his teacher noticed that he was absent, but never informed the principal. When Etan failed to return home that afternoon, the police were notified immediately. A huge search started that evening, with more than 100 police officers and a team of bloodhounds. Police went door to door as they searched the neighborhoods. Missing child posters were put out, but not many leads came up. Etan's missing poster was also printed on the milk cartons in every state. He was known as the original milk carton missing child. Despite all these efforts, years went by and most leads in the case had already gone cold. Then decades went by, and there was still no movement in the case. Investigators searched the basement of Jose Ramos in 2000. He was a convicted child molester who was known to have a previous relationship with one of Etan's babysitters. No solid evidence was found to prove that Jose Ramos had anything to do with Etan's disappearance, although he was the prime suspect for a while. In 2001, 22 years later, Etan Patz was declared legally dead. However, still no one was tried and charged with his disappearance, but that would soon change. In May 2012, police said that a man in custody had implicated himself in Etan's disappearance. Police identified the man as 51-year-old Pedro Hernandez of Maple Shade, New Jersey, and said that Pedro had confessed to strangling the child. Pedro Hernandez was an 18-year-old stock clerk in a grocery store on Prince Street, not far from Etan Patz's home. Pedro seemed to be proud of what he did, telling people in New Jersey that he killed a child in New York. It seems that Etan went into the store to buy a soda, and Pedro strangled him, and then threw his body in the garbage. His lawyer has stated that Pedro was diagnosed with personality disorder, which includes hallucinations. He was found guilty of second-degree murder. On April 18, 2017, Pedro was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after serving at least 25 years.
He followed you, or
He followed me.
you said come down to the basement with
No,
me?
he followed me.
And where were you going to get the soda from?
In the basement. There was a fridge in the basement.
So he went down the stairs and he was behind you, is that right?
He was behind me. Then he went in front of me. I stood behind him. And I choked him. Then when I choked him, I started shaking. And there was a plastic bag and a box. Where did it came from? I do not know. It was tape. So I put him inside the bag. Then I tied the bag with the same bag. I put him inside the box. It was like a banana box, something, I don't remember.
Etan Patz's remains have never been found.